Hello, everyone. This is Coach Glad, your business and life empowerment coach. And in this lesson, we're going to be talking about Deep Work. It's a book by Cal Newport. Recently finished it. It was a great read. It's something that I found to be successful. I've done it before, but I didn't know there was a particular name associated with it. But Deep Work is a great book. As you know, I like to do audiobooks, and it's about seven hours long. But it really went in depth about what deep work was, and I suggest this book highly to anybody that is looking to do deep work. So let me tell you about some takeaways that I got from the book Deep Work. Well, I have three takeaways. I like to keep things simple. Just try to give you three takeaways. If you enjoy the takeaways and you want to go a little bit more in depth, then I suggest that you read it. Otherwise, I think you still get some value just from watching the video. So the number one thing is, what is the difference between deep work and shallow work, or what is deep work? Well, deep work is associated with the things that you need to do to make a significant difference in the world. This can be starting a business, this can be writing a book, this can also be going to school and studying. These things are going to change your life significantly, and you need to take time out to do deep work. And the difference between deep work and shallow work is things you really don't need to pay attention to do. You can do it half stepping. This can be emailing, whatever you do at work, whatever you may do at home, but you really don't need 100% focus. With deep work, you need 100% of your focus. And to really get into deep work, you need time and you need focus. You need a quiet place to be able to work. You need time to get away and get with your thoughts, because a lot can happen once you get into the flow and once you start doing some deep work and you really get into the flow. A lot of things come to the surface. And like I said before, I found a lot of success with doing deep work. As you know, I wrote 3 books in 2016. And it was only because I was able to do deep work. I was able to take time out on a Saturday, maybe 3 hours, 2, 3, sometimes 4 hours of writing. It took me a while to get into the deep work mindset, but once I got in, things began to flow, and I was able to get a lot of work done. Able to really get in the flow because number one, I isolated myself. I didn't do a lot of writing at home. A lot of times I went to Starbucks to get some writing, or I went into the library and I put my headphones in, play my worship music, and begin writing, and it flowed. Every time that I did that, the words flowed, and I was able to get chapters done. I also do deep work when I go on vacation. A lot of people know that I am a workaholic and I love working. I love what I do, but I do deep work when I'm on vacation. I don't necessarily do the emailing and the different things like that, but I take the time aside to think. And a lot of my business ideas I've gotten while I was on vacation, either in the plane or outside, just quietly meditating and just allowing the thoughts to come and taking a couple of hours doing that. Maybe having some coffee quietly with myself and just quietly meditating and praying, listening to worship music, and allowing those thoughts to come to me. Some of the benefits of deep work. Deep work is beneficial, but it can only be beneficial if you practice it consistently. So you really need to take time out, maybe on a weekend, once a week at least. If you could do some deep work There's deep work frequencies. If you have a couple of hours in the morning to yourself to quietly meditate and allow that writing, allow those ideas to come. This is good for writing business plans, or getting your ideas down for business, or if you're writing a book, or even academically, getting that quiet time to really study and to get those thoughts and formulate those thoughts and connect those ideas together. It only is beneficial if you have time, focus, and consistency. You could do it once a week. You can actually take, and there's a lot of successful people that have taken vacations away from what they typically do, just to get some deep work done, just to get some writing done, just to get some work done. So if you need a week away and to be able to do it, or you could do it daily, a couple hours in the morning, or maybe if you even have an hour in the morning to get some deep work, to get some deep thinking done. So you could begin writing or getting those business ideas, but you really need time, you really need focus, and you really need consistency. And then the last takeaway is how to apply the deep work principles. Deep work is, if you really need, if you want a change, a significant change in your life, you really need to take time to be able to not only think of ideas, but be able to apply the ideas that you have. So just taking time out to think and to get your ideas out is only part of it. You also have to apply what you have done and what you have come up with during the deep work time. So during that deep work meditation, you need to put those things into practice if you're really going to change your life. But nothing will change unless you change something. And I know that everyone's schedule is different. And in the book Deep Work, it talks about different schedules and how different people in different professions applied deep work to get significant things done. And it tells you what applies for deep work and what doesn't in more detail. But all the principles were the same. If you were to apply it into your life, you really need to take the time out and find time in your schedule. I have a very busy schedule too, but I find time on the weekends just to get away for a few hours, just to get some writing. It didn't take time away from my family. This was something that I had to schedule in. You're never going to have enough time. You just have to make time and create time for those deep work. If you want those ideas to come, you need to take time out and to do it. And things will significantly begin changing in your life if you apply those deep work principles. So in review, deep work and shallow work are very different. Shallow work, you really don't need to pay attention to. Deep work is something that you really need to focus on. You really need time to really think and get these deep ideas going. It takes time to get into that deep mode, that deep flow, for those ideas to begin coming, those words to begin coming. But when they come in, and time tends to fly. That's why you need at least 2 to 3 hours for some people if you're going to be doing it weekly. For those that are going to be doing it daily, sometimes maybe an hour a day will work. The benefits of doing deep work is really getting those thoughts down onto paper and applying those things. But like I said before, it's only beneficial if you make time. Nothing changes unless you change something. And you really need to apply the principles after you do the time and you think, apply what you have done during that deep work time if you want to see a significant change in your life. There's never enough hours in a day. Never. There's never going to be. There's never going to be free time. You have to make time if you want things to change in your life. Thank you so much for watching. If nobody has told you yet, I love you. God bless you. Bye-bye.